In August 2025, the signs of a deepening trade clash are impossible to ignore. In Windsor, auto workers wait to see if their jobs will survive. In New York, a family-run toy store closes after more than 4 decades. And in Washington, President Donald Trump signals no intention of easing his tariff campaign. Canada's response is not retreat, but reinforcement, protecting key industries, supporting workers, and holding firm in talks that could shape the continent's economic future. Former Trade Minister Mary Ng calls these tariffs unsustainable for both sides. They raise costs for Canadian exporters, but ultimately American consumers foot the bill. Over 90% of Canadian exports to the US remain tariff-free under USMCA, including autos and energy. That reality gives Ottawa leverage. Diversification is the other pillar. Canada is deepening ties with Asia and Europe, broadening its export markets to reduce dependence on the US. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has moved aggressively. He announced a $1 billion emergency loan program for businesses in steel, aluminum, and auto manufacturing, sectors directly hit by tariffs. Loans range up to $40 million, repayable over 6 years. The aim is to keep payrolls intact and facilities open. At the same time, Ford pushes for tax cuts, GST reductions, and lower interest rates, a full-throttle defense of Ontario's industrial base. Meanwhile, Trump escalates. On his 200th day in office, he slapped new tariffs on dozens of countries. Canada faces 35% duties on non-USMCA goods, while Mexico secured a temporary delay and Europe settled for capped tariffs. Switzerland was punished with nearly 40% after talks failed. Yet this isn't just about Canada. Beijing is moving quietly, undermining US leverage through control of critical minerals and rare earths, tightening supply chains the US cannot easily replace. For small businesses in America, the fallout is already here. West Side Kids, a toy store in New York, relied on Chinese imports for 90% of its inventory. When tariffs hit this summer, it couldn't compete with online giants or absorb the rising costs. After 4 decades, it shut down permanently. Stories like this are repeating nationwide. Small retailers lack the buying power of corporate chains. Prices rise, consumers pull back, and thousands of small-town businesses face the same fate. The Yale Budget Lab estimates tariffs will cost American households $2,200 to $3,800 more each year, burdens that fall hardest on lower-income families. This is the test of 2 strategies. Trump is using tariffs as blunt force, betting that economic pressure will drive concessions. Canada, under Prime Minister Mark Carney, is betting on resilience, shoring up industries, diversifying trade, and refusing to rush into a bad deal. China, meanwhile, is quietly rewriting the rules by cutting reliance on US-controlled choke points and weaponizing control over rare earths. Energy remains Canada's strongest card. Nearly all of Canada's oil and gas flows south, millions of barrels a day that the US cannot easily replace. Tariffs here would spike American energy prices, a move Washington dares not risk. That leverage allows Ottawa to endure short-term strain while building longer-term alternatives. And Canada's legal framework makes supply management untouchable. Parliament passed legislation forbidding future governments from trading away dairy protections. To Trump, it's a stubborn barrier. To Canadian farmers, it's survival. Imports are capped at 3.5% of the market, with tariffs soaring over 200% beyond that limit. The system safeguards thousands of family farms and stabilizes rural economies. For Trump, supply management is the symbol of an unfair deal. For Canada, it is a red line. Loosening it too far could allow foreign products to claim nearly 1/5 of the market, dismantling the system entirely. Ottawa has made clear it will not concede, even if it means walking away from talks. So the standoff deepens. Trump demands quick wins and headlines. Canada plays the long game, leveraging energy, minerals, and a united front around dairy. China, slower still, is restructuring industries so it cannot be pressured the same way again. The result is a trade conflict no longer about tariff percentages, but about endurance. Who can outlast the pressure? Who can absorb the pain and emerge stronger? The clash has reshaped global trade, but it has also triggered a coordinated pushback that tests America's ability to fight on multiple fronts without conceding ground. This is more than a dispute over steel, dairy, or copper. It is the new face of economic warfare, grinding, asymmetric, and deeply uncertain. This is True State Report. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.